I'm talking for the natives.
Yeah.
I like when
it comes to talking about African Americans, I have no education with that. Period. I don't. I'm not even connecting to that no more because that's a system. That's like connecting. Say, hey, he's a bad guy. You don't hang with him. Oh, hey, I'm gonna find out for myself. I'm not African American at all. My folks is not from Africa, and a lot of people in this room, folks ain't from Africa. Might be a couple, but people just don't understand. I asked my grandma, like, yo, grandma, what's your background? She like, Redfoot and Blacktail Indian. What? Yeah, my mother and my father, we 100% Indians. Ask my other grandma, we got Cherokee in us, and European and Italian, a little Dominican. It's crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? That's why I'm going to Africa. Y'all look at me funny, like, nigga, I'm African. Like, you're not though. Like, you're not. 80% of slaves was already here. It was natives.
When I was reading to prepare for this interview, I was quite surprised to see you use the word Aborigines talking about African Americans.
You know, I've dealt with that issue. I've already, talked publicly about that.
And my purpose here today is to say that I'm very sorry, and I apologize to anyone whose feelings were hurt by my comment.
The meeting, probably 95% African American, and because of, things that I regret, offhand remark I should not have made.
Using the word Aborigines.
Right, offhand remark I should not have made.
Which you don't want to say.
You say your family was already here prior to slavery, right?
Hey, you're damn right.
You damn right. And what was the name of the tribe again? Tambidi tribe.
They didn't come over in no slave ship.
They was already here prior to Columbus?
That's right.
So, you saying that the slave boat didn't bring you over here?
No, didn't bring none of my family here, no.
So why do you call your, well, I ain't gonna say that. So if none of your family came over on slave boats, why is the history not taught that people was already over here prior to the slave trade, Atlantic slave trade?
Hey, well, why do you just want to make sure that they're trying to put in people's mind that only black that ever came here came over on a slave boat, and that's the biggest lie ever been told.
Okay.
Right.
Really? You have no idea how hard it is in the job hunt for an African American. You wouldn't know that because you're Caucasian.
You are not African. You're American.
Okay, let's not get technical, all right? I'm of African descent.
Are you calling me a liar?
Io, calm down.
Don't you ever call me a liar.
Whoa, I never called you a liar.
Technically, you did.
Shut up.
April does cocaine?
No, man. It's a joke. It's a joke.
You had me worried there for a minute.
Yeah, a little African-American humor, that's all.
You are not African.
I am African-American.
Stop saying that. There's no such thing. Cousin, relax. It's not that big of a deal. It is. These so-called African-Americans, they've never even been to Africa. Have you ever been to Nigeria?
Aborigines, which means what? Black folks. You never find a white Aborigine. Aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are Aborigines, but you don't like to be called an Aborigine.
And I had to stop everything I did to come home and do this at home. You know what I'm saying? And I got the real Indians with me, man. We going crazy right now. Oh! And I got the real Indians with me, man. We going crazy right now. Oh!
I'm dancing on my own land. I'm dancing on my own land. I'm dancing on my own land.
So I'm like you guys. I celebrate American history, which is our history, every month out the year. And I hope that for parents and kids that go home, now we have the internet. Now we have tools at our hand. And no, you aren't being taught Black American history in schools, but now we can still go out and find that history. It's not like when we grew up and maybe it was buried someplace in the encyclopedia. All you got to do is go type in some words and you can get it right now and understand where you've come from and how special you are.
Can I just end with this one thing? These four brothers sitting here, we didn't all come from Africa. And there was a country before 1492, and our history goes way beyond 1492. So you can't start us at 1492. We were always here. We were always here.
This is my country. Proud to be an American. My mother, my grandmother, my great-grandfolks, we busted ass to be here. Pardon me. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry. I'm an American. Yeah. I'm not an African American. I'm not a chick American. I'm an American. I'm an American.
I've been here too long to not just hold American.
Since the 1700s, my people have been here. Okay, so I'm an American alongside of the Native Americans. That's the bottom line. We'll be right back.
Do you know any white people with names like Lumumba or Kasavubu or T'Chaka? I don't even know those black people with names. Well, that's just the point, Pop. Black people in America have been cut off from their homeland for so long, they don't even know the names of their ancestors.
My ancestor's name was Sanford. My father's name was Sanford. His father's name was Sanford. His father's father and their father. We all been Sanford. And I've only been cut off from my homeland a little over 30 years.
And I suppose that's when your ancestors left Africa, huh?
No, that's when I left St. Louis.
Dirty just carried his heritage to the limit. You know, we're Indians. I say, and they used to say, yeah, we Indians, we sold Manhattan. I said, well, listen, they sold Manhattan for trinkets. So you always said, well, we're going to try to get it back. I said, Rusty, please. You're not getting it back, so forget it.
The Indian that sold Manhattan to the white man, my grandfather. Step up and get knocked right the fuck out. Come to the cookout.
The Bowling Green and with the bull out in the street. That Wall Street, the reason why that name Wall Street was a wall they built there to keep the Indians behind one end of the wall, while the Dutchmen who came in controlled their business on the other side of the wall.
What do you guys think about political correctness?
I didn't think of that. What do you think, Morgan? Is this political correctness gone too far?
Yeah. I mean, we have a tendency to do that anyway. I mean, you get politically correct. Stuff happens that you don't want to happen. I all of a sudden became an African. Political correctness, African American. I'm not African. An American. I'm not African.
What? The black people ain't Africans.
The black people out here is not from Africa?
They're not from Africa. No black people is from Africa.
They from out here, right?
You guys are literally from out here. Africans don't even want to be claimed with you guys. Like, that's just the difference. Africans is totally separate.
Oh, hold on. Where you from?
I'm from Liberia.
From Liberia. And you trying to tell these people that I'm trying to tell them that they're not African.
They're not.
They are already. I don't know why they don't want to hear.
There was black people already here, but
already here, but they want to say.
And it wasn't even Native American, bro. It was just dark.
Right.
Here.
They want to say that they. I think they love slave boats, bro.
Realize is they migrated.
I think they love slave boats, bro.
Huh?
They love the slave boat. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But tell them again, black people.
Black people is not from Africa.
Say it louder.
But black people is not from Africa.
Black people is not from Africa.
Yeah, and anybody who said they're from Africa, bro, that's some dumb shit. Because Africans don't even fuck with people from here, bro.
I mean, this place was crowded.
Lloyd Matthews was a patient at another clinic Zajac operated with the help of an ex-con named Eric Bugan. Matthews was lured in by the Walmart gift card.
I just got through paying the monthly bills and, got nothing to get the kids for Christmas. You know, so it helped.
The clinic Matthews visited was one of two in Killeen, Texas. The other was in a log cabin at the back of this parking lot.
Now, from the looks of things, they're no longer doing business here. But we found plenty of evidence in the trash they had been. Dozens of copies of soldiers' TRICARE ID cards.
And cancer tests with saliva samples like the one our producer had taken in Austin. One belonged to Lloyd Matthews.
So this is where we found your samples.
Wow. You don't look happy. Not at all.
Matthews was told his samples would be tested and a doctor would be in touch. That, obviously, never happened.
Just a bit far-fetched for me to even imagine that someone is actually not only doing this, but they're actually getting away with it because they haven't been caught yet.
Now, Lloyd Matthews Insurance was not billed for that test we found in the trash. We reached out to the doctor whose name was on the order, and he told us he wasn't aware his provider information had been used to order the test.
Tina grew up believing that two of her grandparents were part Native American. But you're only 1% Native American.
These DNA tests for ethnicity are entertainment value only. These DNA tests for ethnicity are entertainment value only.
William Gilliland is a biology professor at DePaul. He says DNA kits can be great for connecting family members and finding relatives, but the science for ethnicity testing isn't as concrete.
There's nothing that confident for ethnicity. There's no diagnostic nucleotide. You can say this person is from Europe, this person's from Africa.
0% Native American. And 0% Native American. There you go. And 0% who were Native American.
We're going to have to tell the Choctaw Nation in Oklahoma now that I misrepresented myself. I'm not Choctaw at all, you know.
And you'll see there's no figure for Native American because you ain't got no Native American.
It comes as a great shock around the age of 5 or 6 or 7 to discover the flag to which you have pledged allegiance, along with everybody else, has not pledged allegiance to you. It comes as a great shock to discover that Gary Cooper killing off the Indians when you were rooting for Gary Cooper, that the Indians were you, that the Indians were you.
Is this you discussing Indian blood? We're going to judge people by whether they have Indian blood, whether they're qualified to run a gaming casino or not?
That probably is me, absolutely. Because I'll tell you what, if you look at some of the reservations that you've approved, you, sir, in your great wisdom have approved, I will tell you right now, they don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like the Indians. Now, maybe we say politically correct or not politically correct. They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians.
Okay.